Welcome to week 4 of online learning. Let's take a look at your assignment. So this week you are finishing reading the play. I highly suggest for activity 1, while you are reading the play, the PDF, you're also listening to the audio to help with comprehension at the same time. Your second activity this week is going to be to watch Act 3 of the play if you haven't done so already. Some of you have already watched the whole play. That's totally fine. No harm, no foul if you've done so. But we are listening to the entire play, reading the end of Act 3, and then watching Act 3. So let me get you to the actual assignment that you're going to turn into me. The assignment that you're turning into me this week for a 100-point daily grade revisits the notion of the 7 deadly sins, that literary theme, applied to different characters in the play. You've already with Mr. Burling and Sheila Burling. This time you're going to be practicing with either Gerald, Mrs. Burling, or Eric Burling. So let's review thesis, detail, and elaboration first of all. A thesis is your complete answer to the question in words, but it has to detail it from the text or from the play in this instance. It's the author's words. We borrow their words to help justify our claim. An elaboration is the information that tells us stuff about the detail, the who, when, where, what, who said it, who were they talking to, what's occurring when this happens. And I would like to remind you that elaboration needs to exist before your detail and after your detail. You never want thesis and detail to go right together. You want some elaboration to cushion that detail to really give your reader a good understanding. To give you an example of this, you can see in the first example, this author wrote their thesis statement and then put their detail right next to it. I say wrong, it's just not as accurate. The more accurate way to do this is to go ahead and cushion your detail with elaboration. You notice there's a lot of blue and just a little bit of green, so your words, your elaboration is very significant. We're just borrowing the tiniest amount of the author's words that we need to justify what it is we're trying to say. Now, there are a couple of ways that you can submit this assignment to me. You can either handwrite it and send me a picture through email. You may choose to open your own Google Doc, type your TDE and send it to me, or you may choose to use the assignment template. Let's take a look at the assignment template. So if you've opened the link for the assignment template, this is what you see. So very, very important in the instructions, just to make sure you don't do more work than is necessary. You only have to answer one. Choose which TDE you want to write. I highly suggest the one that you pick is based on the character that you are most curious about or that you enjoyed reading about in the story, or just the one that you want to write about the most. So for this week, you can write about Gerald, you can write about Mrs. Burling, or you can write about Eric Burling. Of course, Gerald is Sheila's fiance, Mrs. Burling is Sheila's mother, and Eric is Sheila's brother. So whichever character you feel like was most interesting to you, or the deadly sin that they commit was the most interesting to you, you can choose to write about that character. Now, below this, there's a place right for here for you to compose your TDE and send it to me. This will always start with your thesis. Please include the author's name and title of the work in your thesis to make it academically stronger. Then you'll need some elaboration to give me a little background. Then you'll use your detail, the author's words, and then more elaboration to conclude. If you have any questions as you're writing this or questions about the play, please pop in during a hangout to ask me anything you can. I will help you with everything. Send me an email if you're feeling lost. I don't want you guys to sit alone too much with this. If it is causing you strife or discomfort, just reach out to me and I would be really very happy to help you. When you are submitting, you can either send me a picture of your handwritten work, share with me your own Google Doc, or you can share with me the template that you've used.